Welcome everybody. I'm Juan Fernandez, professor at CEIBS, and this is the last session on the art of living. The last step, action. Now we have explored your life, your current life. We have created the ideal life, and now it's time to take action, to make decisions. And that is the purpose of this presentation. Now we are almost at the end of our journey, close to the arrival point. We have to face choices. That's part of life. Every time we have to choose this way or that way. Very often, when we are facing a decision, we take a rational approach. We use logic, analysis, pros and cons. However, there is an important aspect of decision that we have to consider, and that's our emotion. Our projected life is the life that follows the traditional path. No big risk, no big decisions, just do what you did in the past. Your preferred life is the life of passion. It's the life where you have your heart. So at the end, that decision has to combine the two, the rational, but also the emotional. There is an important book, Descartes' Error, written by Antonio Damasio. This doctor tells the story of a patient, a very successful executive that has some problems in his brain. Part of the treatment was to extract amygdala, which is the emotional center in the brain. This patient went back to his life and everything was normal, but then something happened. Every time he has to make a choice, he analyzed it, but was unable to make the final decision. At the end, he lost the job, he lost the marriage, and he became homeless. So this is a proof, according to Damasio, that in our decision process is the emotional part that makes the final choice. So always try to connect with the emotions when you are confronted with an important decision in your life. Pay attention to your first reaction. Listen to your gut feelings. It feels right, it feels wrong. Understand your body. And also, if you have the opportunity, talk with somebody that you trust. Confucius said, the ability to take one's heart as a guide, that is the sort of thing that lies in the direction of goodness. There are two ways to make decisions, important decisions in your life. Jumping into the ocean or testing the water. What do I mean by jumping into the ocean? I want to put the example of Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos has a degree in Princeton University in electrical engineer and computer science, worked in Wall Street, was very successful, but at the age of 30, he decided to change his life. He wanted to start his own company, Amazon. He established Amazon in year 94 with $300,000 loaned from his parents. He simply jumped into the ocean. He has two lessons for people that make this type of decisions. The first one he called the regret minimization rule, something we talked in the previous presentation. Whenever you are facing an important decision in your life, think, if I don't do this, will I regret this in the future? And the other, very important for him, was to have social support, people that support you in this decision. Now, the other, test the water, is people that take step-by-step approach to important decisions. In my case, when I was working as a financial director in a multinational, I felt that being a professor was something that attracted me, but I was not sure. So what I did, I talked with professors at university, understand their jobs, I attended conferences, I took some teaching assignments, part-time, just to have a feeling what is to be a professor. And when I was sure that was the right thing for me, is when I left my job and then applied for a PhD program. Let's go back to Viktor Frankl. He said, we can discover the meaning in life by focusing on the future, a project that matters and somebody we care. Let's talk about important projects in your life. This can be study an MBA, do a PhD, as I did, start your own business, perhaps speaking in public, anything that you think is important. What defines a life project? First of all, matters to you. Second, challenging. Third, long-term. Fourth, uses your talents and passion. 5, brings joy when you achieve it. In my case, my project was to have a PhD. I finished that. to finish philosophy in Oxford University. I also done it. Send my oldest son to college, is on the way. Lose 4 kilos and keep it. That one is not so easy, but I'm trying. Publish courses in YouTube. Well, this is an example of it. And present at TED. Well, that one is more difficult, but I'm still trying. What are the projects in your life? Important projects. There's one way to find them. First, which is my most important life project now? That means you focus on one thing. Second, what will achieving it mean to me? That is connected to your values and motivation. What do I need to do first? Action. Who can help me? What support you have? When do I want it? Is the time. How would I feel if I didn't do it? The regret principle. Now we are defining what we want. It's time to change. It's time to do something. So it's time for action. Intentions plus actions is equal to success. Being open to learn new ways. That's very important. To be successful, we all need to develop and refine our ability to adapt, evolve, and grow. But personal change is hard. Adapting to change. What happened to unsuccessful people? They do not learn from mistakes. They reject new things and they are close to feedback. So questions for you. Do you look for opportunities to learn new skills and perspective? Do you accept and admit your mistakes and learn from them? Are you adaptable and open to change? The traditional question is why change is mostly temporary? Why is it so difficult to sustain change? However, the new question is, what do that enjoy lasting change do? So let's focus on the successful cases, not on the failure. What can we learn from those people who are successful? There is a connection between our attitudes and our behaviors. If we change our attitude, our behavior follows. And that is the usual approach. But psychologist William James also said that this also works in reverse. If you change your behavior, that will affect your attitudes. And it's more easy to control your behaviors than your feelings. It's very typical to have these New Year's resolutions, a list of things you want to do at the beginning of the year, and then after a few weeks or months, you just give up. There is a problem of self-discipline. I want to share here a very interesting experiment done by a psychologist, Roy Buchmeister, and it's published in his book, Willpower. There was a waiting room. The participants in the experiments were asked to wait there until they were called to another room where there was a puzzle that was almost impossible to complete. Now, in the waiting room, there was a plate with food. In one room, radish. Doctor told the participants in the experiment, don't eat the radish because it's for another experiment. So they were waiting in the room, and after some minutes, they were asked to go to the other room where they have the puzzle. There was another group that were in the similar room with a plate, but this time which was cookies. And they said, don't touch them because they are for another experiment. So they were waiting there for some minutes in front of the cookies, and then they were passed to the other room with the puzzle. Now, what they show at the end of the experiment, those that were in the room with the radish spent more time trying to solve the puzzle than the group that were waiting with the cookies. Those that were with the cookies, they have to use the willpower not to eat the cookies. And when they went to the experiment, they have less willpower available to them. So the conclusion of the experiment is that willpower is a kind of energy that gets depleted if you have to use it in other things. Focus. Focus your energy in what you want to change. Aristotle said that excellence is an art won by training and habituation. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. So try to create a habit of the things you want to be in your life. Exercise, discipline, anything that is important for you. Create the habits, and you do that by repeating the behavior. By repeating the behavior, you change your attitude, and then you change your life. Incremental change is better than a vicious failure, and success feeds on itself. That's the lesson of this book, The Power of Full Engagement. I propose here 3 steps that will help you to achieve your objectives. Step 1. Look at the list of things that we have developed in this course. Choose 4, 5, not many, that you think are the most important. That's your starting point. Focus on few objectives. Step 2. Create a positive inner climate. First, respect yourself. Examine how you treat yourself. Are you expecting too much? Do you suffer from negative self-talk? Recognize your strengths and accomplishments. Face the future positively. Developing personal power begins when you shift your inner thoughts towards what you can do. There is this quote from Henry Ford, the founder of Ford Motors. If you think you can do a thing or you can't do a thing, you are right. So have a winning attitude to start with. And number 3, support from others. Other people are key resources to help you to deal with your personal change. 2 means of support that people provide are, you can learn from them, and they can give you emotional support. One thing you can do is choose a buddy, a person that you can trust. Share with this person what are your objectives in life, what are your life projects, what is important for you, and be open to get feedback, and offer this person to do the same for him or her. Now it's time for action. Remember, choose your objectives. Few, not many. Get support from other people. Have positive self-talk, and then take action. There is a Chinese proverb that is good for ending this session. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. We have done this journey during these 4 sessions, from departure to arrival. I hope this will help you to achieve the ideal life, the life you want and you deserve. And I wish you the best in your life. Thank you very much.